make clashes using a couple of tricks of the pros to make the Royal Champion charge even stronger. The first one, using the Angry Jelly with the Frozen Arrow and as well the Invisibility Vial on the Archer Queen to make sure that we can push the Royal Champion always into the core. Because if the Royal Champion with like 12 Invis spells is in the core, it's GG anyways. The next step is as well to have a Yeti Blimp, which we can use obviously with the dragons, but we can as well use it to push the Royal Champion then even further into the directions we want her to go. I would say let's jump into a couple of attacks to really see how much we can get with the Royal Champion charge if we make it even stronger with those couple of tricks. Now we'll show you first how this actually works and why it is so successful, especially versus spaces which have a really heavily stacked core where it's really tricky to get into. This is one of my old bases, and having the Royal Champion path into the core is one of the things I try to avoid. And for that, you always have this defensive ring leading away from the core. But this is now where the Archer Queen is coming in with the Angry Jelly, the Frozen Arrow, and as well the Invisibility Vial. With using her on the outside, you can snipe defenses not just on the outside, but as well on the first layer of the base. Which means you're forcing the Royal Champion slowly but surely into the core, and that's exactly what you're trying to do, because taking down the core in any base is such a massive advantage for the attacker that, well, typically it's always a 3-star. For this one, the Royal Champ goes to the outside first, we're going to use the ability, and she's going to then come back to the core, even with the invisibility tower in the core, so that doesn't matter whatsoever. We just keep wrecking the core, and by now, pretty much most of the important defenses are gone, especially considering that we're going to attack now from the far right side. The next important thing though is make sure that you're spreading out your dragons, because this approach is quite time consuming. The reason is, normally with the mass Royal Champion Invis charge, you're playing still dragons, but you're liking to use the Archer Queen on the outside for funneling and as well the Siege Barracks for time issues. You don't have those two tools now anymore, because yes, you have taken down more of the base, but it has cost you typically a siege or as well, for example, the Archer Queen. Which means we have to spread out some dragons, which is at the bottom side, but as well at the top side, to clear outside buildings as early as possible while they are not getting covered. Because we have taken down everything on the bottom side already with the Royal Champion. Power-wise, you typically have never any issues, because, as I said earlier, you have taken down the core. The most important thing, the heart of the base, is gone. So, with that, you can already see why this is so strong. I think we should do some live attacks now that you understood, hopefully, how the overall approach is. Which means, how is the setup looking, and what are you looking for when you're doing your attacks? Pushing the Royal Champion into the most crucial part of the base, to take that out, and don't have to worry about that anymore with your main push. Another really important key thing is to get into areas of the base where there is typically only defenses. Taking down an area with, like out of the buildings, with the aura of the Royal Champ means that no dragon has to path into that direction, and this means possible black mines inside the core would have never been triggered, or like the bomb over here, the Giga Bomb. So this is another objective you're trying to achieve. Let's do some live attacks and we'll show you how it's done. Okay, we have actually a core which I would like to take down, because everything around here around the clan castle looks like a big threat to dragons for sure. So that is something we need to get into. With the Archer Queen, we should be able to push the Royal Champion into the right direction. At least that is what I'm hoping for. And this is what the purpose of this entire thing is, right? So, I would start with that with the Royal Champ on this Wizard Tower, using the Invis obviously to protect the Royal Champion. I will use the Archer Queen down here on the Wizard Tower to make sure that we're pushing her actually into this core. That is right now the goal. Okay, let's turn that invisible. Make sure that she's coming back. I think we might just switch things up. And I will just take down this top side, because this is right now a bigger threat that in my Royal Champ would go into that direction, even though we don't want that to happen. So like the Invis right now. And use the Royal Champ ability so she's recovering some hit points. As well, we have to be careful. She's moving quick now, so get those Invis spells ready. The Archer Queen has taken down the top side and the funnel everything, so that's good for us. I need to turn the Ice Golems invisible, so that's not a target for our Royal Champ. And then we're slowly but surely going to take down everything in the core with having 2 more invis to use. Like this now. Oh, the ice golems are so annoying. Come on, I will at least take down this. As well, something, do not wait too long with your dragons, because this is really, really like time intensive. So let's get them in. Do we blimp the town hall? We could blimp the town hall. We could play the siege barracks. I think we're going with the siege barracks just for time reasons. And I think we're looking really, really good when it comes down to power. So I'm not too afraid about the town hall, especially with the sweeper and as well the fire spitter pointing someone into the wrong direction. So I think we are good to go here. For the back end air defense and the Royal Champ, we're just going to use then the Rage, I believe, and getting to the town hall and such. Minion Prince ability is super clutch on this one. We can use the Rage, come on. I guess right now to get through the Clan Castle and the town hall. Down here, the P.E.K.K.A. from the Siege Barracks in combination with those dragons are quite nice. We should be able to take down the air defense as well. And the top set the air defense going down as well. This should be a huge overkill, right? I mean, the air defense going down. The Minion Prince has his Phoenix form. So that's going to be for sure a nice 3-star. Royal Champion did not go exactly to plan. So we had to adapt on the fly with the Archer Queen. But hey, in the end, it is going to be a nice, pretty easy, I want to say, 3-star. Because take a look at how many dragons are alive. That is crazy. And we have as well plenty of time left. But that is really coming down to the multitasking in between the first stage, which is the Royal Champion charge, and then the second stage as well, which is going to be the dragon. So you need to be, yeah, perfect on the timing there, because time can be an issue here. But hey, let's just do it again and see if we can find a little bit more value for our Archer Queen. This looks like a really, really scary core, and that is perfect for our strategy to get rid of that, hopefully. So how do we do that now? We could try to enter... Oh my gosh, there's so much damage everywhere. What we could try to do, we're starting from the top side. I will use the Archer Queen to funnel this far right side. And that's going to be some of those heroes, which is always nice to take them out early. And then we should be able to push her into this tunnel section. And she should be able to trigger like the invis on her own. Let's just do exactly that. So let's turn her invisible like this. Archer Queen over there. Let's turn that invisible again just to be extra safe. Archer Queen ability. The skeletons really, really suck. Not gonna lie. That is kind of annoying, but hey. Wizard Tower is gone. That is the most crucial building to have taken care of now with the Archer Queen. Because this really means that we can push further now into the core. Let's turn that invisible again. Invis should trigger. Well, actually, when is it going to trigger? I'm not even sure. Oh, only with the town hall. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Send this invisible now. Timing so far looking great. I mean, we just have to make sure the fox is now gone, so we have to use some more invisibility spells. She should go to the core now. The ice golems are going to be annoying. Wait, is she? No, she's attacking right now. This maybe? That should work, hopefully. It's frozen up. Then that's invisible again. Okay, we won't get the town hall, but we will get the sweeper, which is nice. Do I get the fire spitter as well? That would be amazing. Let's turn this invisible again. And I think we're just going to go into the town hall. Let's do it like this. Like this. And I mean, that beginning is just dangerous. Let's use the warn ability right now. That beginning is so, so dangerous. With the defending heroes, with the air defense. We have already taken 2 black mines. I think things are looking quite nice for us. The P.E.K.K.A. and obviously all of the wizards from the Siege Barracks are going to keep us in the core. A blimp for the town would have been kind of wasted here, I believe. So that's not really necessary whatsoever. And then we can use the Minion Prince ability for the back. And I think on the Builder Hut would be amazing, because that should cover the back end defense as well, just like this. Exactly, we're getting all the way to the merged multi-gear tower. So that's great. The Giga Bomb might hurt depending on how much those dragons are going to spread, but I believe that they're going right into this, right? Not too many, actually. It's not too bad, I would say. Not too bad. Mini Prince pushing everything back in. If this is going down, we are looking really, really good, I believe, because we have the Mini Prince with the Phoenix still alive. I think that should be then a nice and easy 3-star, especially with Sneezy, like, non-stop spawning those nice tanks. And Sneezy should be freed in just a couple of seconds because the warden going down. Yeah, that's nice. Sneezy, can you take down the multi-arch tower? I'm not even sure how that works, how the interaction works. You did so much damage. Ooh, that actually works, and it stays alive, so it's even more damage for us on the back end. 30 seconds. We have the Yetis from the Siege Barracks as well joining up, and this is going to be a nice 3-star for us. I mean, it works amazing. On this one, the Archer Queen unfortunately did not have that much value, let's be honest, because of the skeletons. And I think this is summing up this approach quite well, and why the pros are doing it in the matches, because they're not doing it always. They're not doing it always. And I think it's situational. Like if you have the base, which is really setting up to have a pathing against the Royal Champion, which most of those top bases have, then this approach is amazing to really interrupt this layer, this outside ring for the defenses to really have the impact with the Royal Champion, to have her path into the core like we did over here. But even those small things like Wizard Tower, you can take those out with the Archer Queen, and it has a quite big of an impact, especially in those attacks. So yeah, give it a try if you want to. It is for sure really, really strong in Clan War if you can plan out for it. And don't underestimate this combination, because it can really make your job way easier with the Royal Champion if the pathing is tricky into the core, because this is what you have to take down with those dragon strategies. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys back tomorrow with the next class video. Until then, see ya and bye-bye.